So after the Avengers, the Russo brothers have really went to the streaming ground, and three main movies they made for streaming was Cherry. I haven't seen it because I have an Apple Plus. Gray Man, which I actually really, really enjoyed. I think people dog that movie that doesn't need to be dogged. And then The Electric State, that's the newest Netflix one. And yeah, I really wasn't feeling it. Chase Lee Hockey here with the Blue Futon reviewing Electric State, which is about pretty simple premise. We're in the 1990s, and AI has been taking control of people. They always wear VR, and they don't want to be part of the real world, except for Millie Brown's character, Millie Bobby Brown. What's her name? I always forget it wrong. Millie Bobby Brown, right? Then we also have Chris Pratt, Quan. We have a lot of people that you recognize with the hearing of like, oh, that's Anthony Mackie. Oh, that's Woody Harrelson. And also, like I said, you have Stanley Tucci in this as well, and a lot of others. We have a lot of people in this movie. But like I said, robots, humans, they're kind of split off. The robots have their own land like Nevada or something. They're in the desert. And yeah, and how we get robots and humans battling each other, right? Right? So, again, I'm not a big fan of AI movies in general. Like, people who think AI is going to, like, make us great, I don't like you. Like, I don't like Bill Gates. He's like, oh, robots are going to do a lot of our stuff for us. It's like, no, stop that. Stop that. At least Elon Musk, right, he does AI, but he's like, we need humans. Bill Gates is more of like, Wally. So anyway, this movie, though, it's just written so piss poorly, and no characters are fleshed out, and that's what really bothers me. Also, what bothers me, this cost $320 million to make. Do we not care where this money goes? Is this money laundering? Like, yes, there are some good special effects when it dealt with, this big robot in the battle sequence at the end. Sure. But when they're in the mall, also there's some good mall elements, but when they're in the mall and there's this baseball guy, I think he's voiced by Brian Cox, you could tell he wasn't even touching the ground. It was like floating back and forth. And you're just like, ooh, what's going on here? And I feel like 320 million though, that is like when I think about like Godzilla -1, when I think about The Brutalist, even though I'm not the biggest fan of The Brutalist, that's done in 10 million. Godzilla -1 was less than 10 million. They could have made 332 movies with this budget with Godzilla -1. And that might just be a Netflix thing where they're just throwing money at a wall because they just keep upping up the prices to, $19.99, $22.99, $24.99. You're like, what? That's the 4K version, all right? And that's where you get a lot more like foreign stuff, and that's why I do pay a little bit extra because I do like my South Korean stuff. But this movie is just bare bone minimum of like the connection of the characters. The brother sister, yeah, there is some interesting elements to that, but it just kind of gets squashed away. Also, Chris Pratt, like they show him in the beginning as a soldier, and they could have like fleshed out his character of why like he did that and his new opinion about robots, but they really don't. They just show him. And they show him at the end, like, crying. It feels like he has a love fest with a robot. So you're just like, what are we doing with this script? It is so bad. Stanley Tucci does the best he can with what he's given. Try to be the hammy bad guy. It works. Jason Alexander plays, like, this foster stepfather, which I was like, Jason Alexander, haven't seen in a movie in quite some time. And Woody Harrelson does good as Mr. Peanut. I thought that was a very good voice acting when it comes to that. But when it comes to CGI, like I said, it's a mixed bag there. The story itself is a mixed bag. And this movie is so forgettable that it's unfortunate because I love Chris Pratt as an actor. Like when he did, what's that one on Amazon TV show he did? Freaking fantastic. And they're making a season 2 with Taylor Knish. Fantastic. Oh, also like he's in Moneyball. Fantastic. So I love Chris Pratt as an actor. He did the best he can as well with this movie. It's like he was having fun, but the movie itself wasn't having fun. And I do like how it was in the 90s to try to like, have a little bit more of a retro feel to it. So that was kind of unique and fun. But at the same time, you're just like, now you're thinking like, how are these getting built so quickly and how everyone in the world wants it? Like, there's no way China would agree with this, Russia, North Korea. And it just felt like humans are lazy. And maybe they are. And that's just a bummer. I just don't like AI. So overall, the Electric State, I was kind of just, and Quan, wasted. Absolutely wasted. Like, he had a character arc that could have worked, but then they just like, hey, we have you on set for 5 days. That's all we got of you. Here's your $1,000,000. Skedaddle. Like, you could have been used so much better. Ugh. Bummer. A lot of wasted potential in this movie. Electric State. Yeah. Netflix. It's on par of your kind of movies. So the Electric State will receive a 2 out of 5 with Futon. It goes at 40%. See, the critics' news scores gave this one 16% with the critics with 134 of them. Audience scores 70% with over 2,500. Critic consensus. Lumbering along a giant automation. Yeah, right? The Electric State has plenty of hardware to back up, but none of the spark that makes it come to life. God, my throat is dying. Doing 3 of these in a row and kind of just having something stuck in your throat is not a good feeling. Anyway, 16, 70, 40. Chase Hiker, the Boo Futon, like, comment, subscribe. One of these Bootontopia, you Boo Tony, and thank you for watching. Have a great day. I'll watch State tomorrow, week from Mother. Here from every single freaking one of you. Peace and love. Peace and love. And yeah, I don't feel sick, but god dang it, this post-nasal drip sucks.